Hello, hello, welcome wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day is, week, year, month, who cares? Who can tell anymore? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but it's hard to tell when you're in the flow, you know? So we're in October. We've had a great new moon. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Scorpio thingamajiggers happening at the whatchamacallit throughout the centuries and destinies of back and beyond. So hello, hello, welcome, welcome. If you've made it to this video by chance, serendipity, or what have you, the power of the YouTube algorithm, I am so grateful to receive the blessing of your attention, be it for this moment, be it for many moments to come, in whatever the heck it is that I'm going to do, because I'm not entirely sure. Okay, let me set the scene. I am having a wee drink of cacao, a little personal ceremony to me. I'm not hard and fast and rigid with rules. I mean, I like them, they're great. But I think the real energy is about play. Yeah. Love, joy, bliss, and fun. That's where the real work happens. Well, there's other real work, but okay, that's where my work happens. This is what I'm here to do. My mission. I won't tell you what my mission is. My life purpose. I'll tell you later if you're interested. My life purpose is joyful enlightenment. I figured that out. Woohoo! It's not easy getting to your life purpose, is it? But yeah, joyful enlightenment. That is JoZus's kind of thing to do in the world, where we're at, in the here and now, October 2022. Life's good, life's great, life's amazing. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a shit show out there in the world stage, and a lot of people's lives. I don't think that I'm in an ivory tower completely oblivious to what's going on in the world. I just choose not to engage. There are plenty of people who are doing the looking and seeing, and if I need to know what the F is going on in the big bad world, it's easy enough to find out. But until it becomes a necessity for me, I'm just not engaged, and I can just do without it, quite frankly. I mean, I've always been like that with the news, even before I was kind of awake and aware, just pre-COVID and stuff. I'm like, I cannot watch the news. It just makes me miserable. It just makes me unhappy. It just makes me uncomfortable. Um, so any news that came to me would be through people talking about it in the office or what have you. I'm not averse to listening to a wee bit in the car, but that'll catch you unawares, and the next thing you know, you're crying your eyes out because some wee soul got lost or hurt or killed somewhere. Anyways, back to the story of what is my life in this very now moment. Having some cacao. Got to go in a minute, so don't worry, I'm not going to bore you for very long. But I am going to do, I have my beautiful, clean, lovely, crystal clear water on deck. Obviously, I have crystals on board. Goes without saying. Nice selenite candle. Bring in angel energies and fire energies and whatnot. Some tarot cards. Okay, so what are we looking at? Let's have a state. Right, are we looking at... Yeah, let's have a look at Awake and Aware Collective, because that's what we're doing nowadays, isn't it? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do other things in other places, but the here and now I'm going to do on YouTube. I'm going to do Awake and Aware Collective readings. So we've got the human collective. We've got lots of collectives within collectives. We know this to be true. We are who we are. What can I say? But when I started this YouTube channel, it was kind of to interact and talk to people who who, to individuals who want to become whole, who are part of something which is good and pure and true and real and genuine, and celebrating the beauty and the differences between us and what unites us and all the good stuff, and recognizing the bad stuff and saying, hold on a minute. I'm not joining in with your misery. You go be miserable over there. You do that. If you're happy in your misery, please, so be it. If you're not willing to change or do anything about it, so be it. If all you want to do is argue and fight and all that, then I'm not here for that. I'm not here. I'm happy to have a conversation. Don't get me wrong. I love this card just flipped up, right? It's the Six of Stones. And it's actually a little bit like how I feel here right now with you in this reading. We've got this like fire on the go. I've got my candle on the go. I'm like in the middle of a sort of kind of ceremony, but I'm kind of here with you, but I'm not. It's like, and these six stones are like, they're here, they're representative, but there's nobody actually there. Does that make sense? I don't know. We've also got Spear 4, so that's, we're talking about the good of the village and the survival of the village, and how do we make sure that the village gets good, clean, clear water and stays safe, So yeah, interesting stuff. So this is a brand new pack of the Arthurian Tarot. I have another one by, who is it? Caitlin and John Matthews. I have another one, exactly the same. And I used to have the Hallow Quest one. It probably is in a cupboard, in a drawer, somewhere. Goodness only knows. You know, but yeah, I've got another pack, but I lost one of the cards. And I think it's the Nine of Swords that I've lost. I need to go back in and check. But it's like God Walkabout. And the first time I realised there was a card missing, it was a different card that was missing. So maybe go check that. I'll maybe have to go check that out of curiosity. So yeah, I've got these Spear Maiden. I've got these Arthurian Hallow Quest cards, which I think, if you're a Magenta Pixie a follower or subscriber, or if you've paid attention to Magenta Pixie's work with the White Wing, she's done stuff on the Arthurian, because that's very, very relevant to the UK as a legend. But it's all myths and legends. It's all myths and legends and fairy tales, believe it or not. Just we happen to be living in a modern day version of said such. Anyhow, back to the story at hand. I'm just going to pause and then I'm going to shuffle and then I'll come back. I might edit out, you never know. Awesome. Yeah, we've got some sort of portal coming up on the 25th, and this is a really good time to be thinking about what it is that you truly want, Okay. And yeah. So anyway, right. Okay, so before we go any further, I'm asking Archangel Metatron through this conversation to give us a card, an overriding energy of, okay, what we want is one for the humans, one for the whole collective, and one for the awake collective. And yeah, so I was just in my head there, I'm going like, do we have one for the awake collective, one for the asleep collective, and one for the whole collective? And it doesn't work like that. And the asleep isn't a collective, that's part of the human collective. The human collective is holding all of us. We just happen to be, who are more awake and aware, happen to be holding a certain more higher consciousness. However, the whole consciousness is relevant. It's not like a separate consciousness from ours. It's the same consciousness. It's just that we happen to be having a little bit of a higher perspective, holding the highest part of that consciousness, right? So we're sort of looking at the creme de la creme, if you like, and the milk. That's a really non-vegan PC analogy, and I don't give a fuck. I do, but you know. Anyway, let's go. Let's see what Metatron's got to give us. On the underneath of this, I see authentic self, and I just looked at it, and Mother Mary. It looks like Mother Mary when I was like just. And I did call on her before I called on anybody else to join us today, this evening. You'll notice I'm rushing. That's because I've got something to do. It's not because I've got a Kalashnikov. Anyway, one for the Awake and Aware. Hurrah. You'll never believe what that is. And one for the Whole Human Collective. Holy Mother. Right, brilliant. Couldn't have put it better myself. So for the Awake and Aware, we have blessings and thanks, the cornucopia of all that we need, abundance, our needs are taken care of. The cornucopia by legend is always refilled. You just take what we need to sustain our troops, the warriors. It was in one of the tales of the one that what's his name was it anyway. The cornucopia is never ending, and yeah, it's abundance, blessing and thanks, abundant universe. So that is what we have as our divine right as human beings on Mother Earth in connection with Creator Source. We have all that we need and more, right? That's there. It's there. It's a given, right? And that's and and you can access it in the real world, which is the world that the collective consciousness believes to be so, and therefore we all have to drive our cars in it and, you know, go to school in it and all the rest of it. So, but that's really good. And for the whole collective, where they're at the moment, according to, thank you Archangel Metatron for that, is in a space of healing, in the pause to receive. So it really is that if we can slow down, meditate, walk, go for a swim, sleep for a good amount of time, for enough time, you know, relax, not be in action and be in being. The healing is there for us to receive. It's actually coming down from the universe. The rainbow diamond light codes are coming in. It is happening. It is happening. Healing is on its way. It's not even on its way, it's happening, you know, in every now moment. And it's so beautiful. And I love when you look at these two cards. Look, you got that rainbow in the background. See it? The colours are really, woo, I can't do it. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So I know what we do. We do the whole human. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a nice Celtic cross because that's super easy and we can all do that. We can all drive for that. And I'm going to use the Halaquest Arthurian to represent the whole human collective, which actually the whole human collective also includes Mother Gaia and the trees and the plants and the animals and the birds and the bees and all the rest of it. Is, you know, we're all part of that same. So we're not separate from it, but it's just that we're the ones causing the hold up. Yeah, everything would be great if it wasn't for other people, and that's exactly where we're at. Exactly where we're at. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me. I'm so glad we had this conversation because things are a lot clearer to me now. Hold the bus back. Okay, so cards on the table. This is where we're at. Next up in this very long-winded tarot reading, that I'm having lots of fun, and you know, if anybody else, like I say, if anybody else cares to join me on this journey, it's going to be fun. Where were we? Right, okay, next step. So I can't do this fast. Oh, might just have to take a break and shuffle these cards. I feel like I should read more of it. I'm going to read sovereignty to you as well. I think everyone needs to know about sovereignty, especially if she's the owner. Maybe the white heart as well, the underlying. Especially if she's the only major player on the board. Like within the reading. Don't you just love that sovereignty? Here, because I look right when I'm doing a reading, I'm looking at the cards. I look at how the color. It's actually easier without my glasses on when I can't see it so clearly, because I can. So like that's what I really like. That sovereignty is like the middle, the red ray. You know, I love. So it's like they're just the healing and the sovereignty. The healing is bringing sovereignty. How amazing! How beautiful! How wonderful, how lucky we are. And the healing and the sovereignty, and he's got his red cape on. So what I'm going to do, actually, before I get too much more carried away, is I'm going to read us the underlying energy for this one. Interestingly, Grail 9, the Wish Fulfilled card, is underneath that white heart, but it's upside down, so it's not yet. It's like it's there. The wish is ready to be fulfilled, but not yet, because we've not stepped into our magician mastery well enough, because we all have to do it. It's not a one-man, one-woman job. It's a whole human collective job. Yeah. The more the awake and the aware can keep doing the work and raising the vibration, the more we can lift the whole of humanity, lift them up one at a time, wee bit more, wee bit more, wee bit more. The more shadow work gets done, the more dark distortions are cleared, the more light can come in. Oh, we go upwards, 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 upwards. It's actually quite easy. Nobody gets how easy it is yet. One day I was going to be like, bloody hell, what were we waiting for? Why didn't I know? It's really going to be like that. Honestly. I know, because I've been there. Right, where were I? Oh goodness, the Scottish accent's coming on. Not even had much. To be fair, I haven't really drunk. I'm shouting, I apologise. I haven't actually drunk much in about 3 months. So, yeah. Where were we? Right, hold on. Number 6. So I'm going to read the underlying energy, and then I'm going to do sovereignty. Then I'm going to switch off. I'm going to shuffle the Mythic Tarot deck properly because it's brand new. We whack out another red dragon's blood incense to make sure that we have our beautiful dragons included. Not even so much included, but welcomed, you know. As they always are. As I am grateful to receive and happy to enjoy. Right. Love dragons. Okay, I'm going to give you Selling. The Lovers. Enid is transfixed by the sight of the mystical white heart, while her lover, Geraint, kneels at her feet in adoration. The first quest of Arthur's court was the hunt for the white hart. The beast was then dedicated to the fairest lady at court. The lovers suffer many trials before they are united. This card means love, trust, the marriage of minds and hearts. Oh yes, please, thank you. Forget the people. As long as you marry your own mind and your own heart, that's the trick. Heart and mind fully combined. Have that marriage within yourself, with yourself. Marry me, you know? Yeah, that's it. Ding, 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 ding. Put that one in your pipe and smoke it. Honestly. Friendship. Desire fulfilled. Attraction. Call of spiritual vocation. So yeah, look, a lot of us, the underlying energy for the human collective is that we are starting to find the love, to get to be more in our hearts with our mind, but the call of spiritual vocation, that's what's happening underneath. We're having a great awakening, and that's what that's talking about. But I just love this, the marriage of minds and hearts, and it's like, you know what, it's great that the two of them are getting together, but like, as long as your heart and your mind is getting together, then everything's groovy, everything's amazing, everything's wonderful. Might not be on the outside, but it is on the inside. And if you're okay on the inside, you can handle the outside, and the outside gets better because you can handle it. It really is easy. It, you know, people talk about mindset and perspective, like it's some sort of switch that you flip. Sort of kind of is and sort of kind of isn't, you know? And it feels so difficult and it feels so complicated when you're on the wrong side of it. But see, when you just... That's because we're trying. Stop trying. Become more extraordinary. So make extra better decisions in the ordinary moment. And that's a little... I am unraveling it a little bit there. But yes. Call of spiritual vocation for the underlying energy. I so love that. It makes me want to cry. Love you guys. Given it that my calling at this moment in time is to be a spiritual awakening coach. I'm all about life enhancement and involvement for humanity, for us, for all of us. Hence the name JoZus. Anyway, right, sovereignty. This is the important thing. Never mind me. Carries on. And you're going to get the whole lot for this card. You're going to get the whole shebang, right? So, like I say, settling. Here we go. Justice. The goddess of the land, Lady Sovereignty, offers her cup of truth. While beside her runs a stream of white, red, and black liquid, betokening the initiation, acclamation, and death of the rightful ruler that lies in her cup. Arthur and all monarchs must acknowledge her, for she alone recognises the true king. Her ermine is the beast of sovereignty. Oh, so it's not an otter, or an ermine is an otter. Who knows? Ask Google or DuckDuckGo if you like to hide. Here we go. Oh, this card stands for justice, equity, rightful rule, vindication of integrity, fair exchange. I'm all for fair exchange. Win, win, win. That's what I say. Win, win, win. Balanced reaction. I need to work on that one. Just representation. Absolutely, all day, every day. Honest relationships, for sure. Impartiality, one tries. Questions on this is, how does this help or harm? There's three questions, but how does this help or harm is relevant, because I always say to people, as I've said to myself, you know, if you think a thought in conversation, or you want to say something to people and you think it in your mind, you're like, she'll say this, shouldn't I say this? So just bring it down your heart and then make the decision. If your heart agrees, then it's good, go for it, you know? And I would always say, if you think something, for me, if I think something nice in my head, I'll just say it out. I don't even need to bother putting it through my heart, but it's probably come that way. Mine's a two-way street. It works both ways for me, up and down by the golden thread, you know? Heart and mind fully combined. So like, I'll think, oh, that's a nice dress you're wearing today. And I'll be like, I'll say it. Most people wouldn't say it. But I think if I think a nice thought, I'm just going to give that to that person, because why not? What's the worst that can happen? They go, are you crazy fool? Yes, so it's not my fault you look nice. Why did you put that dress on if you didn't want to be told you look nice? You know, where's the harm? Does it hurt? Does it harm? And with that, I say, as long as it doesn't hurt or harm others or yourself, yes? So if what comes out of your mouth becomes detrimental to you, then you should not let it come out your mouth. Stop hurting yourself by giving to others because they're making demands that they don't even know. People just say stuff. They don't even think before they ask of you, because they expect, and then you just service the expectation. Actually, they're not that bothered if you say no. They just move on to the next thing, you know? Don't know why everyone's so worried about a no. We should get more used to it. No, thank you. Thanks for asking. No. On your merry way. Leave me to mine. You know? So there. Okay, where were we? I really don't blame you if you watch this. Oh, she's not upside down. So if you remember, this is what universe, creator, source, you know, all the planetary logoses, angels, ancestors, all interested parties, what they would like for the human collective and Earth by extension. Sovereignty. We've already heard much about sovereignty in the backgrounds of the other Arthurian powers. She is the epicenter about which the Arthurian legends revolve, for she is the goddess of the land, and whatever affects the land causes changes in her. For this reason, she is very difficult to discern among the later texts, for in her many guises she is scattered throughout the matter of Britain. She is called sovereignty because the bestowal of royalty lies in her gift. All candidates for kingship must encounter her and accept her challenge. Usually she takes the form of a Cailleach or hag, who demands a kiss from the hero. If he kisses her without revulsion, she will turn into her maiden aspect, often becoming his flower bride. She will only accept the worthiest candidate to be king. He must be truthful, compassionate, just, courageous, and loyal to the land and its people. She will not accept anyone who is a self-serving individual given to lies and prevarication, just as she will not accept a blemished man, one who is physically imperfect. Arthur encounters her in many forms, but usually within the persons of Guinevere, Morgane, or Cadiz, and the Lady of the Lake. We like the main stories of his encounters because these have become attached to his champions, Gawain, Percival, and others. It is within the Grail legends that sovereignty can be clearly seen as the Grail Maiden who bears the regenerative. Excuse me. It is within the Grail's legends that sovereignty can be clearly seen as the Grail Maiden who bears the regenerative cup. She appears also as the Queen of the Hallows in the story of Peridwar and the Mabigon, while in her aspect of hag, she appears as the Grail Messenger or hideous damsel, whose admonitory guidance brings the Grail winner to his goal. In Celtic tradition, the goddess of sovereignty gives 3 drinks from her cup, purveying the white milk of fostering, the red drink of lordship, and the dark drink of forgetfulness. These she offers successively in her aspects as foster mother, consort, and the renewer. The 4-sided cup of truth held by sovereignty here is that of truth and justice. If 3 falsehoods are said over it, it will shatter into pieces. But if 3 truths are said over it, it will reunite. Again, this card signifies justice, equity, right rule or rightful rule, vindication of integrity, fair exchange, balanced reaction, just representation, honest relationships, and impartiality. Yes, please. So super. Right. Okay. I'll be back. Yeah. Okay. So, where were I have just put down the Mythic Tarot on top of the Arthurian tarots for reasons stated in the preceding video. I feel the need for speed. Sorry to get all Sandra Bullock and Tom Cruise on you there, and that wasn't. Yes, it was. Was it? I feel the need for speed. That's living Top Gun, isn't it? Right. So here is where we're at. So isn't that good news? The underlying energy of the Mythic Tarot for the explaining is the Star, otherwise known as Pandora's box. Hope, like the rainbow that God sends after Noah's Ark's flood to tell us the promise that humanity will always be saved. Underneath that, interestingly, is the Wheel of Fortune. So that's all good in the head. Very, very good. Right, so this is where the awakening and aware collective is in above and beyond or underneath and supporting, both at the same time, because you can hold 2 perspectives at once in this multi-dimensional reality. I don't make this stuff up, you know. The sun, Apollo, beautiful. We're shining bright. That's what we're doing. Whilst the world is like, you know, spiritu, which way should we go? Which way is safe? Should I stay or should I go? Should I evolve up, evolve down? Not even knowing they're doing it. We are holding the light. We are the light. Yeah, this is our job. Beautiful. Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, covering this, what is explaining that? don't forget, we have the Grail 5, that humanities want to be in safer, calmer waters. So we've got Grail 5, yeah. And for change that brings about calm and stability, yes. That's very much what we want, change that brings about calm and stability, yes. So what we have on top of that is the Hierophant, yeah. I mean, here we have the spirit, the centaurs being Chiron, the wounded healer, is a centaur, yes, they're very wise. He holds the light also. Yeah, and the Hierophant being about spiritual lessons and teachings and learnings and lessons and a mastery of such. So the Awakening and Wear Collective has been learning their lessons. Yes, they've been doing the work, they've been putting in the hard yards to become the best human beings and spiritual beings embodied in their human selves that they possibly can be. Really working hard and really showing up and doing the work, you know. I mean, big respect. Honestly, it's not easy. So helping or hindering, which is crossing that, which is explaining it more, is the Four of Cups. That's beautiful. That's very, very beautiful. We have Four of Cups, if you remember the Grail 4, as the underlying subconscious for the whole human collective. So for that to actually be the crossing card for the Awakening and the Wear makes complete sense, because it's that that's getting in the way, or partly. Yeah. That just makes such sense. But yeah, we have these three women. I love this card actually, because it makes me think of the three women like being at, like, you know, I don't know, the Pantheon or some what's it, a vista, or in a villa. It's like in a, what's the courtyard? What's the name of a courtyard at the in Greece? And you got like these three women sat around chatting like over a glass of wine, and they're like putting the world right, and then you still got the fourth, the man's off causing chaos and damage everywhere, and the women are like if they just bloody listen, everything will be fine. So it's a little bit like that. And that's on top, if you remember, of this stone 10, this kind of barren, cold, harsh reality that the human collective is living in, at the mercy of higher, for want of a better term, forces playing the game. You know, black hats, white hats, what have you. They're like, you know, you got these three women up in Mount Olympus, I think, you know, watching it going like, if they just stop all that nonsense, everything would be fine. Okay. Conscious mind above. Three of Cups. Yeah, look. Peace, love, harmony, working together, bringing light. Working with angels, actually. See, yeah. This is nice. It's got, you know, you got these mermaids in the sea, and this. Is that a damsel in a dress being? Is that Perseus? Is that the sun and the moon together? I don't know. Hold on. Hold on. Let's investigate about the Three of Cups. Let's see more about that. There we go. It's Eros, and it's the wedding of Eros and Psyche. There you go. Eros, the god of erotic life, and Psyche, you know, mental that you need to make real love. Card the Three of Cups portrays the wedding of Eros and Psyche standing on a rock surrounded by water. Psyche faces us dressed in a bridal crown, her hair decked with flowers. She holds a bunch of white lilies. Behind her is the bridegroom, whom she cannot yet see. Eros, the radiant god of love, armed with his bow and quiver of golden arrows. Around them in a circle dance three ondines or water nymphs, each rising from the water, holding aloft a golden cup in celebration of marriage. The stage of initial completion. A new dimension in life is unfolding. We can see it. The first part of the journey is now being achieved. It's celebration. I think we can feel it. I think we can feel it happening. On a divinatory level, Three of Cups suggests the celebration of a marriage, the start of a love affair, the birth of a child, some other situation of emotional fulfillment and purpose. We're starting to feel it. We're starting to touch it. But each of these situations is also a beginning, an initiation to deeper levels of the heart experience. And that's on top of, so we're just like feeling love for everybody and everything. And they're all like worried about their stability and their family and their communities and rising energy prices and global warming. Like, what? Wouldn't global warming be a good thing if heating's expensive? I don't know. Well, I do know. What they tell us, you know, in the news in respect of world affairs or what have you, is just complete and utter nonsense. None of it makes sense. It is both nonsense and nonsense, you know. Right. I feel like I need to clear the energy about that. I'm going to do. I'm just going to try to have some more Mother Mary, do you mind? Okay. Thank you. You've already invoked. Maybe I should have brought some other. Right. Recent past. No, subconscious. So underneath we have Quill 4, which has already been repeated. 2 cups. Subconscious. Underlying. Hi. Okay. So yeah, for a lot of the awakening and aware collective, what is happening is that they are actually coming into union with themselves. You know, they don't know what's happening, they don't know what's coming, and then oh, there it is. And you know, you can have your heart and mind getting married, like I suggested earlier, or you know, they're finding their twin flames, but people don't believe it's going to happen. Everyone's like, oh, twin flame, yeah, never, because like, yeah, it's happening. It's an energy. Okay, in the recent past, on top of the Spear 10, the change. Oh, look at that. See? Right, for us, it's Ace of Cups. It's a new beginning. It's that. It is. It's a new beginning. It's like more love, more joy, more fulfillment, more becoming. A new beginning. We're on the path. We can feel we're on the path. We know we're on the path. Look at this, like, you know. We are radiant. My brothers and sisters, we are radiant. We are golden. Yeah, right. Near future. Nine of Swords, okay. Right, which is on top of the Spear 9. Like I was saying about all this, like standing strong and having like energy directed at you, trying to like bring you down. And we have Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. We're going to have a lot of nightmares coming up against us. Probably like literally, no doubt figuratively. You know, the dark is going to come at you every which way that it possibly can in your sleep, through the news, through politics, through the angst and worry in the world, through drama. You know, you get, you're getting tested. You're gonna get tested. You got the love, you got the love, we got the love, we got the love, we got the love, we need to see us through, you know? Right? Because you don't get this abundance from the universe, God, creator, source in this day and age for not playing the game. And part of the game involves facing the nightmares. That's it and all about it. And it's about, you know, in your conscious mind, it is about your psyche. It's getting straight in your mind and bringing the love from your heart into your mind and bringing the logic from your mind into your heart. Yeah? It's the two. You need the two. Okay, the attitude of the awake and the aware collective. Four of Pentacles. Have I seen this one before? In regards to this? No, I have not. So it's very much working hard on being stable and yeah. So it's very much that the Awakening and Aware Collective are trying to be in the world and making a life business, if you like, of their craft, of their becoming, of their, you know, to be in service and to make money, to keep the roof over their heads, to keep the young ones clothed and fed, and, you know, and actually to be of purpose in the world. And they're trying to like build those solid foundations that make them materially wealthy and feel vocationally you know, as far as career fulfilled. Yeah, not just for the money, it has to be fulfilling career vocation wise also. So very much the attitude is like, right, how can I serve, and how can I be financially stable and grow. Yeah, very much so at the moment, because we still have to live in the real world too. Yes. So if you remember, underneath that is the Grail 3, like the human collective just wants to have the harvest and be happy deep down, like just want to grow and be and have good times together without war or strife or any of that nonsense. Okay, getting tired. So this card here would be in the hopes, and this would be what those that love the Awaken Aware Collective want for them. So this is what our guidance teams want, you know, the ones that are literally invested, as opposed to the whole entire Three of Pentacles. They want us to work together, boys and girls. They want us to suck it up and get in community and stop infighting. It doesn't literally say that, but, and that's on top of the card of sovereignty. Yeah, so it is, and just bear in mind that we've just come from the Four of Pentacles, and our attitude being that of wanting to craft good, strong foundational projects that can help in our communities. And then it's saying like work in community, work with sovereignty and be in community. Okay. Our hopes and wishes. This is what we want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So we want to be in partnership. We want to be in earthly partnership with one another, with our brothers and sisters. We want to get to work. Yeah? We want to get going. Do the do. Clear up this motherfucking mess that is. This was such a good idea to do the HoloQuest and the Mythic Tarot together. Can't say how delighted I am. Anyway, and the final outcome. There we go. 8 of Pentacles. So really, for the Awaken, we're collective who are shining bright, awaken, aware, and fully filling their own cups first, and then filling other people's cups, having learned all the lessons that they need to, you know, knowing it's not going to be easy, knowing that the heart and mind have to be combined, knowing there's a harvest coming. Working hard to make a strong, stable, vocational community in peace and love and tandem with the earth. 8 of Pentacles. We're going to do it. We're going to do it together. We're going to build on that foundation. We're going to build a... 8 is the number of good luck in Chinese. And it's also, you know, attainment and mastery of craft. We will see the progress. Now, I don't feel like I want to leave it there. I feel like I want to dive in for another one, but I need to go to bed. It's very, very late. And yeah, it's like, I know what I'd like to read next. But yeah, okay, so that's beautiful.